Okay, so what makes you happy in life?
People, life, travelling, exploring, smiles, laughter, music.
Children as well, to be fair, you know, in my DMs, nothing beyond that.
And what makes you upset in life?
People.
People that catch me mostly, you know, I hate being caught. It kind of ruins the whole operation.
What quote do you live by?
Live life for now, because you only get one chance at it.
That is a good one.
Oh yeah, and there's one more. If there's grass on the pitch, play ball. What am I doing? I can't put that in the video. So Paul Breach is back, and if you're anything like me, you're going to be delighted to hear this news. I'm not exactly happy to see him, but I know that when he is back, he normally does something terrible. It's great content, and the sightings in public have been rolling in. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Seeing this guy in public must be a terrifying experience. He is basically the UK's Bigfoot at this point. If you get him on camera, you're getting some money. If demons exist, and they might, their eyes probably do look like that. I don't know how he routinely maintains this terrifying aura. I guess to a degree his reputation does precede him, but I've never seen a video where I think, I trust this man. Every time I see him on camera, he does scare me, and to be fair, you might have the same reaction. Drop a like or he is going to peer through your window. I mean, he won't, but you know what, the game is the game. And to get more serious for a second, some pretty damning allegations have come out in the last couple of months. We did a video on it at the time, feel free to go back and watch that, but for this video, I will cut a long story short. And side note, I have just gone on her TikTok to double check the facts and she's deleted the videos. To put it into context, these videos were up last night. I bookmarked them last night. I don't know what's going on there, but basically the story is that he moved in and befriended an 18-year-old or someone that had just turned 18 at the age of 44. That's normal. That's really normal. The micro details when you go into the story do make it even weirder, but again, that was covered in that other video. And after all that came out, you would think that maybe you try and keep a lower profile. Maybe try and get a little bit cleaner, you know, stop the weird antics. Unfortunately, that obviously didn't happen, and he has been basically doubling down.
Firstly, I asked my mum. Yeah. That's exactly what I felt.
You can just see his eyes light up. An ice cream van jingle to Paul Breach is like the bat signal. He knows it's feeding time, and unfortunately, I'm not talking about ice cream. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just say things, you know. In the name of authenticity, I'll keep it in the video. But don't worry, there is some good news accompanying this. Maybe not for us, but at least for him. He's gone on record to say that he might have a girlfriend, and to be honest, this might change reality in only good ways.
The big news is, big announcement, a lady makes Paul really happy. And she's my age.
Yeah, the fact he has to actually clarify that is kind of soul destroying. And by the way, this news should only come as good news. The people of this nation are now finally safe. Mostly the younger people, but you know what? I think we all do somehow benefit. I do on one hand feel bad for this woman. She is basically Atlas. She is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. But on the other hand, this is a relationship. She is there willingly. Hopefully, anyway, but in this case, I am willing to take that leap of faith. If nothing else, let this be reassurance that there is somebody out there for everybody. But unfortunately, that is basically where the benefits stop. Because if you expected Paul Breach to be humble about this, you are wrong.
What are the trolls going to do with that? All the trolls are crying. What the fuck are they going to do with that? Oh, they're going to hate it. What are they going to do with that?
If you ever kiss at me again, then we are going to have big problems. Now, I don't know if I qualify as a troll. I kind of hope I do, but I'm not in the comments every day, so I might not. But if I can speak for them, then I will say we are happy about this. The nation, as I said, is now safer, so this can only be a positive. But I won't lie, it does give me creepy vibes, and to be honest, the more he talks about it, the weirder it does get in my brain.
I find my partner beautiful.
You're in a relationship, that is normally implied. But to be fair, it is good to hear this from Paul. It's good to be reminded that he is at least barely a human. Maybe it is a nice thing to say, but not 5 seconds later, he did ruin it.
And she makes me incredibly happy. And she says I can still continue to muck about being me. I have free reign to keep being me. She's a keeper. And then I'll let her out eventually.
You know what, Paul? I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I really did try. But after that, I am just worried and terrified for her well-being, to be honest. I want to be optimistic. Rehabilitation is only ever good. But let's be real, this can only end badly. And I might even be too late. It might have already ended pretty badly. There's another clip of him talking about it, and you can just hear something or someone. It sounds like they're screaming for a gag. I mean, this probably is set up, right? But if I was Paul Breach and I knew I could get away with something like this is probably something I'd do. I mean, I don't like to step step into the mind of Paul Breach, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey baby, make me smile in the middle of the night. Everyone nowadays is silly though. What do you mean everyone? No, they're not. There's some lovely people out there.
Now I'll let you make your own mind up. To be fair, I think it might be safe if we send someone round to check. It won't be me. It's definitely not going to be me, but somebody needs to do it. If you want to volunteer in the comments down below, be my guest. But maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe everything is going to be okay forever. There's some clips of these two talking, and to be fair, maybe they're made for each other.
Don't lie. You don't lie anyway. You've got to be a bit brave because people come at you. But the amount of people who open this, who got their fucking picture, their fucking cat or whatever, can't get the confidence to go live because it's a scary place.
Now, going live on TikTok, that is notoriously the scariest thing you can do. I mean, I'm sure that's the case for Paul Breach and maybe Elphaba. For everybody else, it is probably fine. In fact, as long as you don't creep on your underage fans and do whatever the fuck Elphaba does, I think, to be honest, you might be fine. There is only one way to find out. And again, while I won't be doing it, if somebody wants to volunteer in the comments, be my guest. That aside, though, now that Paul Breach has got the girl, he seems to be turning on his community. And I mean, on one hand, his community have historically always hated him, but he is now pretty vocally coming out against them, and to be honest, I don't see how this ends well.
I know, it's just really sad. Well, I went live with you once with my face, didn't I? And oh my god, funniest thing ever. I know you say turn your comments off, but every now and then just turn them on, just really gives me a sense of how thick people are, and it really brings me back down to earth.
Oh, they are. If you ever want a feeling of feeling intelligent, you just put a comment section on and just go, oh, hello, guys. Fucking hell.
Now, listen, if somebody talks about other people being stupid, you're going to assume that they have some type of intelligence to back it up. And you know what screams intelligence? Dating Paul Breach. Being in a relationship with the biggest creep on TikTok. Now, I'm just a man on the internet, but you know what? That might be the hallmark of a stupid person. But I might be one of those trolls, so maybe I myself just am stupid. Don't take my words to be gospel. But like, through these clips, he is fully doubling down on this point, and he does seem a little bit emotional. Again, to be fair, if I was Paul Breach, I would be fairly emotional, but he is attacking this point and he is not letting up.
Benjamin, hi, thank you for the roses. I mean, I've never seen the thickest, like, they just sit in a fucking comment. All the amount of messages I've received over the years on Insta going, if you were that brave, you'd turn comments on in your video. Yeah, that's how fucking world peace gets sorted. You turn comments on the TikTok section.
Now, in fairness, we're not looking for world peace, we're just looking for safety for our children. Though in all fairness, when Paul Breach is involved, world peace does somehow seem like the more likely outcome. Either way, despite all of this chemistry of them coming together to insult random people in the comments, well, it seems like the honeymoon period might be over already. Paul Breach is already scouting the market, and he might be dressing it up as something else, but to be fair, I don't know who he's fooling here.
You'll follow me on Insta. Follow me. Talk to me. I'm here for a conversation. I have a beautiful lady who is in my love life, but in friendship life, hi, I will speak to you and show an interest in your life.
Now again, it does kind of just write itself. I think it might be common knowledge that Paul Breach's fan base are all 14-year-olds, so it does stand to reason, obviously, he wants to connect with them on a personal level. I mean, it doesn't get any less creepy. You'd think he'd clean up his act after all the exposure he's got, but clearly not, and it gets to the point where you kind of have to question if this is ever going to stop. Personally, I can see this continuing on till he's like 50, probably beyond that, which is a crazy statement, but it is backed up by the fact that he does actually think he's famous.
Well, I consider myself a celebrity. I'd consider myself TikTok famous. Benny, thanks, Rose. And by the fact that the whole fucking world knows my name, I'm fully qualified in saying it. Yeah.
I mean, by that criteria, I guess he is famous. Just kind of like an Epstein famous. We do have this conversation every time a TikToker kind of calls himself famous. The better term is clearly infamous. And the fact that those two titles are basically conflated in the world of TikTok is a very worrying thought. And by the way, he is nothing else but consistent. He keeps his story straight. And I mean, there's been points recently where he said that people are impersonating him. If I'd done something dodgy or said something dodgy, I would just say it was somebody impersonating me. That is maybe top 3 excuses of all time.
So heads up, there are some strange moments out there continuously pretending to be me. I am the real me. This is my account. Be famous, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's incredible.
You are just so humble, Paul Breach. You are the model professional. In fairness, in comparison to some of the other people we talk about from UK TikTok, he might actually be a saint, and that is a scary thought. You know what? I might be willing to give him a second chance, as long as he doesn't go around in public just like ranting. That's kind of the signs of somebody losing it, so as long as we don't get to that, we should be fine.
Like, what are you going to do? You see Marjorie speaking to Malcolm, in the middle of the high street, you're going to wait for Marjorie to disappear, and you're all going to go over to Malcolm and go, I can't believe you were speaking to Marjorie. We've told you as a collective we don't like Marjorie, and now we've got you. No, you're not. You're not going to do that at all. You're going to leave Marjorie and Malcolm to do what they want to do in the real world, in the real life.
I have no idea what he's saying, but like the pan around of the camera to prove that he is indeed in public. It's a nice touch. It reminds me of that person, you know, that puts it on their story every time they leave the house. To be fair, there might be a burden on Paul Breach to prove that he is a free man at any given moment, because let's be real, that fact could change any time now. But yeah, overall, the one thing that I am thinking about is that video I did mention at the start. It's weird that she deleted these statements about Paul, and it's even weirder that she did it after I'd favorited it. It's probably a coincidence, but tell me what you think. To be fair, I'm hoping it's a coincidence, and hopefully by this point I can just wash my hands of Paul Breach. Yeah, either way, if anything else happens, I will make a video on it, but hopefully not. Hopefully he just goes away and marries his bride. But let's be real, that is never going to happen, so with that in mind, I'll leave you with one nostalgic video.
This could go fucking badly wrong.
Subscribe or Paul Breach is going to keep grooming, and let's be real, I don't think any of us want that.